This shows a completion of a rocker for a 1934 Chevy Master 5-window coupe. I'm making the rocker in two pieces, and I'm finding success with hammer forming to form those two pieces. Now I'm going to join those two pieces. So the vertical panel there is getting a pattern held up to it that is exactly copied off of the original one, which has a lot of rotten metal along the edge. So I duplicated it using a pattern. Once I confirmed that, I used the second piece, which I also duplicated with hammer forming on a dolly, and made sure that the curve meets the bottom of the pattern in the correct shape. Then I took a 1/4-inch square rod and duplicated the curve so that I could take that 1/4-inch square rod and tack weld it to the new piece of rocker, the vertical piece. You can see that it follows the black line. I lined it up, clamped it in place, and then tack welded that rod to the vertical piece, keeping the vertical piece completely flat. Once I had that 1/4-inch square rod tacked in place, I double checked with the pattern to make sure that things were lined up and things were satisfactory. I then confirmed with another pattern the shape of the horizontal piece that then curls down to form the bead, and I confirmed that with the original piece, and I had correctly formed that piece. And now I will pick it up and place it over on top. You can see the 1/4-inch square rod is tack welded to that other piece, and I'll lay it on top, and sure enough, it lines up nice. This is precision work. It's not something you do in an hour, but it lines up along the black line, holding fast to that 1/4-inch square rod for support, and then I clamped it in place on a perfectly flat piece of angle iron. I checked underneath, everything lines up, very little gap. Checked it on top, and then placed a few additional clamps onto the piece to bring down any high spots. You can see a high spot there, one or two of them. To bring the high spots down to make the curve as close to the pattern as possible. So here it is in the final clamp position. I'm now going to weld all along the entire inside edge of those two pieces where the lower piece meets the vertical piece. Yeah, that's a lot of welding. I don't TIG weld, I only MIG weld, but I'm done. And I'm a very good grinder from lots of practice. So I was able to grind the weld down and hide it. A little body filler will hide any little nicks or uneven areas, but there it is. The lower piece is now joined to the upper piece. That is a two-piece fabrication of a rocker, and there's my weld all ground down. It's going to be hidden when the door's closed. It's satisfactory for me, and I double checked to make sure that the convex curve of the outer bead is the correct curvature as well. This should work pretty good.